and gentlemen, welcome to Gamezillong Countdown. Protomet did his favorite Godzilla movies last month. Now it's my turn to do my favorite Godzilla movies this month. So, and due to our anniversary of Gamezillong coming soon, so let's get to my top 10 favorite Godzilla movies. Let's get to it.
Number 10.
What do you get when you take science, gene splicing, plant life, and the life of a young woman? You get Biollante, a giant plant-like creature with the soul of a young woman. You get a gigantic plant-type creature and a submitted design from a fan from a contest to be the next Godzilla monster.
Number 9.
What do you get when you take Godzilla spores and spend them out to space? You get the movie Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla. Space Godzilla comes to Earth to challenge Godzilla to a fight. To cope Godzilla into a fight, he ends up kidnapping baby Godzilla.
Number 8.
Now we're skipping over to the US for Legendary's Godzilla King of the Monsters, where Godzilla has to go up against King Ghidorah and pretty much his army. Even though Godzilla doesn't seem to fight any of the other kaiju, they do show up in hordes.
Number 7.
Godzilla Final Wars, where aliens take control over all the other kaijus, destroying the Earth. And the Defense Force has to wake up Godzilla to help them fight off the other monsters. Godzilla shows up and just kicks the crap out of all the other kaijus. Then we get introduced to Monster X, that ends up being Kaiser King Ghidorah.
Number 6.
The Thing vs. Godzilla, or what us Godzilla fans know it as Mothra vs. Godzilla. This movie is pretty much about Mothra fighting Godzilla, and a giant Mothra egg that ends up coming to the mainland, and some rich guy just purchases it.
Number 5.
The next movie is just more of a goofy, silly type movie. King Kong vs. Godzilla, where, well, King Kong fights Godzilla. And the human characters are just really, really hilarious. Mr. Taco, of all the characters who puts money on King Kong to try to beat Godzilla, and he almost blows up his meal ticket by pressing a detonator.
Number 4.
Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah. This movie's plot is very interesting due to the time travel aspect of it, where time travelers show up to pretty much erase Godzilla from the previous timeline. And then they leave 3 little adorable little creatures to take Godzilla's place. Those cute little creatures end up turning into King Ghidorah. Ghidorah comes around and destroys things, and a nuclear sub down in the water run into Godzilla, or Godzilla catches it and takes its nuclear energy and ends up becoming much larger and much, much stronger, and not as friendly.
Number 3.
Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2. And Godzilla shows up, starts fighting Rodan of all kaijus, and Rodan has an ability to shoot a red spiral beam out at Godzilla. Then Mechagodzilla shows up to stop the thing, and scientists find an egg that they think is a Rodan egg, but ends up being a Godzilla egg.
Number 2.
What happens when Godzilla is about to explode? You get the movie Godzilla vs. Destroyer. Destroyer is a kaiju that is pretty much the reaction of Dr. Serizawa's Oxygen Destroyer. So he's a gigantic crabbish kaiju that evolves from several different stages. And Godzilla has to fight him, and we have a cameo of Godzilla Jr.
Number 1.
And yes, ladies and gentlemen, I am taking Protomet's number 1 from his countdown because I do 100% agree with him that Godzilla, King of the Monsters, or Gojira is number 1. It is the best movie of all the Godzilla franchise because it was the first. Some people might disagree, but they're wrong. They're wrong. This movie was pretty much based on nuclear war and what happens when you use nuclear weapons and the aftermath of what the fish would happen or what could happen if a giant creature would come out from the water and destroy things.
Those were my top 10 favorite Godzilla movies. I would like to know what yours are down in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed my countdown, and if you would replace a few movies from my countdown, you could with your own. So till next time, my friends and fans, signing off. Have a wonderful day. Bye.